hot topic. Girl, I can't stand those natural Nazis.
No, girl, I just cannot stand those natural Nazis.
Girl, I don't stand those natural nuts.
I can't stand those natural nuts.
You got something to say, Mocha Baby? Well, anyway, this hot topic, I can't stand those natural. All right, Nazis. I can't act, y'all. But I thought this was a good topic. A natural Nazi, from my understanding, I hear this term a lot in the natural hair online community. There seems to be somewhat of a split or a lot of factions, cliques, groups of people who have gathered together in unity about their opinion about how our natural hair should be worn. And a lot of times people who say they don't use heat on their hair ever, they want to embrace their natural texture to the extent that they don't want to do anything to alter the texture of their hair. So they might speak out against focusing too much on curl defining and only wearing your hair in a twist out or a braid out or a wet set, and just rocking your hair the way it grows out of your scalp and embracing the fuzzy nappy appearance. And even using the term nappy is viewed as negative by some people, and it causes people to be offended, people to be up in arms about that. I don't want to. My expression of embracing my natural texture is not altering the texture of my hair in any way. Meaning, I don't worry about curl defining. I don't spend time blowing my hair out or whatever. I just want to wear my hair the way it grows out of my scalp. Maybe I comb it. Maybe, the most I'll do is a twist out or a braid out. But I'm not one that I can't leave my house unless I have a twist out, unless I have a braid out. I like to celebrate my hair just the way it grows out of my scalp. Why does that have to, the next assumption have to be, if you are one who does blow dry your hair, who does use heat, who does set your hair all the time, wouldn't be caught dead out the house without a set, does use a whole lot of curl defining methods, why does it have to be that because I say that I don't do those things, if you say that you do, that means that you don't embrace and celebrate yourself? Why do those two things have to be, why does one make the other true? Okay? Now, I don't think one makes the other true. I think the state of your mind is what determines how true that statement is to you or not. You know how you feel about your nappy hair. You know how you feel about people seeing your hair the way it grows out of your scalp. You know how you feel about that. You know how you feel about what you feel is acceptable when you walk out that door. That's what determines whether or not you're embracing your natural texture or not. Now, know this. I make the stand that I make about how I want to wear my hair, how I want to celebrate it and not work against it, and try to figure new ways, new styles, new methods that work with it, instead of trying to force it to do what would work best with straight hair and trying to take those methods and apply them to my nappy hair and fighting and struggling all the time. And I've even come to the place where I look at nappy hair. I look at the raw nappy hair, the way it looks when, you don't do anything to it. You don't add anything to it. And I have a certain appreciation and pleasure that I get from looking at it just the way it is. And I say, why can't that be enough? If I make that personal stance for myself, and I feel this way, there's no love, there doesn't have to be any love lost between us. But when you come to me and show me, oh girl, look at my hair, I straightened it, I flat ironed it, all right, good for you. And if you don't receive back a certain amount of enthusiasm from me, why should that make me a natural hair Nazi? You know what I do, you know how I live, you know what I think, you know what makes me enthusiastic. So I don't think a lack of enthusiasm makes me a natural Nazi. Okay, now if I term natural hair as hair that, that you haven't chemically altered, the texture of your hair. That's what I consider to be natural hair. So if you heat straighten your hair, and you don't have any heat damage so that the structure of your hair hasn't been changed, I consider you to still be natural. But I'm not jumping up and down. So you come to me, I'm not going to be jumping up and down that you do that, because I don't do that. And to a certain extent, I think people have to accept and embrace who other people are, and stop coming to people, expecting a pat on the back and support for things they don't stand for. And it's okay, and there's no need to be offended about that. There's no need to be offended about that. That's not who they are. That's not what they appreciate. And anyway, who cares? Who cares what somebody else's stance and opinion is? Okay, a Nazi, back in the time of Hitler, those Nazis were taking people, killing people, shoving and forcing an ideology down people's throats. Me thinking that it's not good to use heat, and me not spending all my time curl defining, even though I have been known to wear a braid out, twist out, whatever. Me doing that, how is that forcing anything down your throat? How is that affecting your life, really? I think we can make a choice whether or not to be offended. But when you come to cherish my daughter, don't come asking me how you can change, what products you can use and what methods you can use to change your child's texture. I'm going to try to help you figure out what your child's texture does. Maybe you'll read articles about learning how to know what products work best with the texture that you're working with. But I can't get it to lay down. I want it to lay, it doesn't, it frizzes up too much. It's too dull. It's so fuzzy. I don't know what to do with it. That's I'm on the path of trying to learn what works with the hair that I've got, celebrating it the way it is, and learning to be at peace, and challenging myself against fighting what's growing out of our scalps naturally. That's the path I'm on. So if you can accept that, if you can embrace that, if you cannot be offended because I'm not offering those other things, then I think you won't be disappointed. And in your own practical life, apply that when you're dealing with other people as well. So to me, the term natural hair Nazi is absolutely ridiculous. Another person's opinion has no power whatsoever over what happens in your life. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Be blessed.